though they argue and they cuss out, deep down inside, that's what they want. They ain't talking about taking over the world and that, man. Yeah. That's why if you check most videos now about, you know, so-called black women and that, they get the most views, man. When you're talking about business plans and shit among so-called black people, Jakes don't really listen to that, man. Jakes don't really invest in that. Alright? So Jake is what? Jake is simple. He just wants an easy life, man. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to put in no work. He doesn't have to do the research and go dig deep, man. And read books. Blessed is he that readeth. Jake don't want to do all of that, man. Jake wants it all in a little nutshell.
Package stuff.
Yeah, a little package, man. What's that?
This is Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Exactly, so it tells you a contrast between the two brothers, man. Esau was cunning. He was all into trying to find things out, trying to find out how the animals operate, how the field is, going out there, searching, finding things out, discovering things out for himself, man. He was cunning, he was wise, like a serpent, man. But Esau, Jacob, what did it say he was just plain. He was plain, man. He wasn't trying to stress himself, man. He was just chilling. That's why they have something in the hood, they say Jake flossing, man. Jake flosses. Or Jake says, I'm just chilling.
They would have said dwelling in tents.
Dwelling in tents. Jake says, what are you saying, man? I'm just chilling, man. Just chilling.
Just laying back.
I was jamming, man. That's what Jakes do, whether you're Benjamin, whether you're Judah, even the other tribes, man.
The Northern Kingdom, they like that too, man.
Because when I was growing up, it was mainly Benjamin and like the so-called Jamaicans and like the so-called African Americans that you would see just jamming outside, man. Lined up, you know, just chilling, smoking weed or whatever. Now I'm starting to see like the so-called West African Israelites, man. They're doing the same thing.
Playing, what is it?
They're doing the same thing, man.
Playing dominoes and all of that?
Yeah, outside. If you go to Woolworth Road, alright? Woolworth Road, Camberwell Green. Now that long strip road that goes from Woolworth Road to Camberwell. You see Jake's outside, man. He's jamming outside the barbers. He's flossing, man. You can tell they're West African types, man. He's chilling. And you might go like Brixton, and you'll see that Benjamites, man. It's outside the bookies, man.
Yeah. Right, they always chilling outside the bookies.
Outside the bookies, man. Sipping alcohol, man.
Wasting their time.
Wasting their time, man. It's usually the older ones. The older ones do that, man. Young ones are they're out there chasing gal them, or driving a little expensive car. All the man them inside.
But they're really ready, because they're really actually ready.
Yeah. You know, so actually I've got a brethren that's reading the car, so that's true.
I mean, you got
some guy in the world that I know that's doing it, so that's true.
I mean, you got some Jakes that actually own those kind of vehicles, but a lot of these young guys, a lot of them ain't really, you know, they ain't got that kind of money like that to be buying no car like that, so they rent them.
Yeah, I'm trying to add that's this.
Yeah. I know the score, man. You know the score.
You know, Jake, and then you see a lot of the Latin tribes, there's a lot of Latin tribes, like Simeonites. A lot of them, you're starting to see them in like Woolworth Road, Elephant and Castle.
And they should
a lot of them, man. A lot of the Latinos, they're hanging around the Elephant and Castle sides, man. And they're doing chilling and shit, man. Doing the same thing. Plain, man. Alright? And don't get me wrong, you might see Esau chilling too, but they got money. They can't afford to chill, because they got money. You see them chilling too. It's at these like little, like suburban little like breakfast places, you know, a little nice like East Dulwich, you know, eating expensive like pasta places, you know, the little restaurants, man, chilling, having a nice little breakfasts.
Or they may be at the bar too.
Yeah,
Watching the game.
but that's because they got money. Okay? They can afford to, they're ruling right now. They got the fatness of the earth, so they can afford, they're enjoying the benefits of their so-called supremacy. But But Jake, here it is, you have nothing, and Jake still is in a state of simplicity, man. Alright? How long, you simple ones, is you gonna love simplicity?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 30, Isaiah 55, verse 6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, and call ye upon him while he is near." That's something Jacob want to do.
Right. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, man. While he may be found. Because there's going to be a time when the Lord won't be able to be found. How do you find the Lord? Through the prophets. Through the prophets, because it tells you in Romans 10. In fact, give me Romans 10. Romans 10. Romans 10 verse 6.
Yeah, this is Romans chapter 10, verse 15. Verse 14, okay. "How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
How shall they call in him in whom they not believe?" Because remember it said, "Seek the Lord while he may be found." So how can they call on him?
Right. That's Jake being sick right now.
And you know how much they get for these jobs? They get like 300 to 400 pounds a week. I get more than them. And I just by driving my motor to them. But this job here is more respectable than my job. Because they give you free public transportation just for driving the bus around. They look after you in these types of jobs, but they don't get as much money as guys that we can.
But you know what though, it's actually reasonable that we get more money because you're doing your life in the environment. They don't pay how many people they pay for that.
Anyway, it says, how shall they call on him whom they have not believed? Or we don't.
It says, "In him for whom they have not heard."
How can they believe in him in whom they have not heard? Go ahead.
"And how shall they hear without a preacher?"
And how shall they hear without a preacher? Right? So go back to Isaiah 55. How shall they call it? How can they call him without a preacher?
Isaiah 55, verse 6. "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, and call ye upon him while he is near."
Exactly. So how can you call upon him unless a preacher was sent to you?
That means the preacher's got to be out.
Yeah, in order for our people to call on the Lord, the preachers have to be out here. The prophets have to be out here, man.
Brother, where do they got to be out though? Like, is it in the house or?
Right, in the streets, man. It tells you that in Isaiah, or not Isaiah, Proverbs chapter 1. Okay? That's right. Shake the hand unto them. Right? That they may go into the gates, so they may enter into the house of the Lord, that the Lord's house may be full. That's right. So, is that it? Let's go back to Isaiah 13.
This is Isaiah 13, verse 3. "I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my..." Verse 2. Okay, it says, "Lift up a banner upon the high mountain, and exalt the voice unto them, and shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble."
Right, go ahead.
Verse 3. "I have commanded my sanctified ones.
Right, my clean ones. Right, my holy ones. Go ahead.
I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger."
That's right, so the Lord's clean and holy ones are also the mighty ones for mine anger. So what does the Lord do to unleash his anger? He uses who? His spirits, his angels.
"Even them that rejoice in my highness."
Even them that rejoice in mine highness. So the Lord isn't going to necessarily use us right now because we're in a weak estate. the Lord's going to loosen his angels. All right? On the four winds of this earth. The 7 angels that have the 7 last plagues, man.
7 vows.
All right? That's what the Lord's going to loose. My sanctified ones, my mighty ones for my anger. Them who rejoice in mine highness. In fact, let me right. This verse 20, verse 20.
And this is Psalms 103. Verse 19. It says, bless the Lord Yahweh, yea, his angels that excel in strength.
Right. Didn't it call the angels the mighty ones? The Lord's angels that excel in strength. Go ahead.
That do his commandments.
That do his commandments. They rejoice in the Lord's highness. Go ahead.
Hearken unto the voice of his word.
Hearkening unto the voice of his word. Go ahead.
Bless ye the Lord, all ye his hosts.
Bless ye the Lord, all ye his hosts. Meaning the host is what? The armies.
The angels, yeah.
Bless ye the Lord, all his, what did it say?
Bless ye the Lord, all ye his hosts.
Right, his hosts, his armies, man. His troops, his military. Which is who? The angels, man, the mighty angels. The ones you see in the chariots, man. Okay? The spirits, man. Alright? And you see governing and controlling all things. That's even in Daniel. It said the heavens do rule in the kingdom of men. So the Most High has certain vibrations and spirits on the minds of the people and on the elements of the earth to push forward his judgment, man. The Most High puts forward certain spirits on men to carry out the will of the Lord. Alright? That play on the minds and thoughts of the people to carry out the Lord's judgment. The Most High has certain spirits that control the elements, man. Okay? To react and cause major catastrophes in the earth, man.
Yeah.
That's in the Apocrypha. The Lord has certain spirits created for vengeance. If you could get that.
I got one in Revelation 16. You know how the angels part their vows on the earth? Yeah, this is Revelation 6. I start from verse 1. This is Revelation all the way down to verse 4. Revelation 16 verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple, saying to the 7 angels, go your ways, and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth.
Right, because we were reading about that in Isaiah.
And the first went and poured out his vow upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men, which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. And the second angel poured out his vow upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of water, and they became blood. Verse 5. And I heard the angel of the waters say, thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged us. That's all right there.
That's all right. Revelation 17.
This is Revelation 17 verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials. Oh yeah, I should have read this one instead. And talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Right, so that's good. You know what I'm saying? One of the angels at the 7 last plagues have talked about the judgment of America. Alright? Judgment of that great whore that sitteth upon the waters, man. Because America sits upon the multitudes and nations of people on the planet Earth. Okay? America is the one country or nation that's trying to dictate the trends, man. Alright? And according to the Bible, America's going to meet a great judgment. Alright? Because America was founded off of the bloodshed of our people. Okay? But then they'll say God bless it. Why would God bless that land, man? And why? What good God, a God that's good, bless a land that was founded by slaughter, like massacring people.
Doesn't make sense.
Why?
Doesn't make any sense.
A God that's supposed to be holy, good. America's gonna receive a fate worse than death, man. That's right. The scripture say the judgment is so great that the earth is gonna rule to and fro, man.
That's right.
That's how angry God, the God of the Bible, the God that the Bible describes, is angry with America.
That's right.
The only reason why America hasn't been destroyed yet, because there's a certain time and place for everything. There's a season. All right? Esau, the so-called white man, he has a certain time to rule. And that time is being played out at the moment. Kingdoms rise and they fall, man. It's a fact. Okay? Where was he at? Get Sirach, where it says on certain spiritual vengeance.
That's Sirach, it's 25, right? Okay. This is Sirach 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force, and the peace the wrath of him that made them.
Read that again.
It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Right, there's certain spirits that's created for vengeance, man. Now when you hear about mass murderers and that, man, there's a certain spirit that's on that guy, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't kill even one person, man.
Yeah.
Imagine a person that's killing, he just goes out there, he has a certain vibe that's on that guy, man.
Yeah.
Okay? But in the time to come, there's gonna be a time when all of this is gonna come to an end, man.
That's right.
All of this, everything that you're seeing is gonna come to an end, man. I'm not talking about the earth being destroyed out of oblivion. I'm just talking about the fashions of this world, this present time, this present age, man. You see how the people just hustling and bustling, driving and, drinking and,
Just enjoying themselves.
living life on the weekend. All that's gonna wrap up, man. The lights are gonna be switched off.
That's right.
All the cars and vehicles are gonna be left out in the streets. People are gonna be hiding, man. The law is gonna be done away with. You don't want to see no police, body vans. You're also gonna go, man.
Yeah.
All that's gonna go. You're not gonna have been sweeping up the roads and looking after the condition of the streets. The place is gonna look like a tip, man.
That's right.
A tip. All the shops looted.
Yeah.
Okay, the end of this time is gonna come, man. We've been saying it for time.
That's right.
But we're prophets. We're meant to come out here,
Yeah.
man.
Y'all got a precept. This is Amos 8, verse 8. Shall not the land tremble for this, and everyone mourn that dwelleth therein, and it shall rise up wholly as a flood, and it shall be cast out, and it shall and drown as by the flood of Egypt. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord power, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. This is the point. Verse 10.
Right.
And I will turn your feast into mourning,
Right.
and in all your songs into lamentation.
Right.
And I will bring upon sackcloth upon all loins.
Right. Because when that day comes, you ain't gonna be dressing your best, man. Your Louis Vuitton, Prada. Say if when time of tribulation comes, you just put on your little Prada slippers. Little Prada, Gucci. You don't be dressing up like that when all hell breaks loose, man. You dress up like that to impress, man. To impress. You don't be dressing to impress no damn body.
Or enjoy yourself.
When Jacob's trouble comes to bust. And you women, you women are gonna be wearing high heels when that time come. Because high heels are loud, man. When you walk down the street,
Yeah.
in fact, you're gonna try and push away attention from. You don't want attention drawn to yourself. That's what you want. Right now, you want attention. There's laws that protect your whoredom.
Right.
But when tribulation comes, you go. Attention is the worst, the last thing you women gonna want, man. That's the last thing you're gonna want.
Is in this society, see, a woman she can get with multiple different men in the span of a lifetime, and you really can't do nothing about it. It's not like how it is in the ancient world where you set your daughter, okay, for the opportune time to meet this guy that's got some kind of substance, or mainly more so wisdom. But more so what you have is these wisdom, they're pretty much going by their own free will and finding the wrong guy, and they realize they got with the first guy's the wrong guy, and then they go pretty much from rod to rod to rod, man. And then when she get to you, she already had 40 rounds in already, man.
Yeah.
This is their time to rule, because the woman shall come across the man.
Right,
Yeah.
that's right.
So so where was you reading? That close up turn to 7.
Yeah, I was reading verse 10. I'll read
Read
it.
that last part.
Here it says, "And I will turn your feast into mourning."
Right, your feast. What's your feast? Your feast is your parties, man. Your clubbings.
Yeah.
Your after parties, man. Like, you know, you have a marriage ceremony, then you have the after party. The feasts, man. Your anniversaries, anniversary parties, man. Okay? All your feasts, man. Even when you meet up, like long-time friends, you meet up and you go Nando's, that still is a feast. You know? You're celebrating that reunion. You know what I'm saying? I remember meeting this girl that I used to go college with, like, I was 17, man. I'm 29 now, so this was over a decade ago, man. And she said that she kind of met up with certain other girls that we all used to go to college, and they said that we should do like, because we're all turning 30s, so she's thinking we should all get together and do like a 30, you know what I'm saying, like high school reunion type of thing.
When was this? Recent?
Yeah, recently. I met her just like around my area because I was doing my laundry, and I was walking down the strip, you know, and I saw her there. I was like, oh, you know, talking, and then, you know, she said that, oh, they were thinking about doing a high school, like a reunion, a college reunion thing. So that's a feast. That's a feast, man.
Yeah, I'm just going.
You know what I'm saying? Every Saturday, that's a feast. Fridays, that's feast, man. That's feast days. Friday nights, Saturday nights, those are feast days, man. I would turn your feast into what morning? So a time's gonna come where people are not gonna get dressed up on a Friday night, man. On a Saturday night. People aren't gonna get dressed up. People are gonna be wearing sackcloth, man.
Yeah.
Which is a sign of mourning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all that clubbing, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put your feet up for the weekend.
Yeah. This weekend, if I can say, this weekend there was a Virginia shooting. The 12
Say that again.
I've heard about
This weekend, in Virginia, over there in America, the Virginia hotel, 12 people were shot down. That's what you mentioned earlier about the spirits created for vengeance.
Yeah.
12 people so far have been shot dead. 4 people are found injured so far, and it was a disgruntled ex-employee who was gonna be. He knew that he was gonna be fired, so it was certain people he went in. He knew them, and he just executed them.
Because I've heard about it, but you went into it. But even just based on like this regular day, you know, it's a regular Saturday. People are doing their thing or what have you, and you have every time you come out here, there's ambulance going all over the place.
Because there's wickedness happening in this society every day.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting sodomized, somebody's committing adultery, pedophiles are doing their thing on the strip, man.
Yep.
Looking for little boys and girls on the strip. People are doing wickedness every day in Babylon, man.
Yep.
The pedophiles are working 24/7, man. on the internet doing their thing, man. Doing their thing.
Seeking who they devour.
That is though. That is saying seeking who they devour.
That's what they doing,
Seeking
man.
for the poor and the weak.
That just came to my mind.
You know, the homos are doing their thing, man. The clubs, especially now, it's Saturday. They're doing their thing, man. You know, niggas is committing adultery. You know, women are out here whoring. Don't be deceived because you go out here and you see people that things ain't happening, man. Wickedness is happening all the time, man. In Babylon.
Yeah.
Women are cheating on their husband,
exactly.
or their man.
Married, man, married. Right now, I guarantee you, in London right now, a married woman is getting popped right now by another man. That's not her husband. Right now. Or there's girls that have boyfriends and they're giving out her number to other guys. Right now.
Yep. Very true. Very, very true.
Right as we're prophesying. Okay? There's prostitutes prostituting right now. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. And it says, and boldness upon every hand, and I will make it as the morning of an only son.
The morning as an only son. I will make it as the morning of an only son, man. And me, I ain't gonna lie, I want children. I'm at that age now. When I was like 21, I didn't want no kids. Now I'm at that time where I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't mind having like a daughter or a son. Now, say if I had a son, when you're a son, you're thinking about, especially when you want a son. It's not a thing where you just happened to have sex and it was a mistake. Like it was planned, like you wanted the son of this woman. And you have your son, man. Because you're thinking about descendants, man. You want descendants. You want, say if you die one day, he will take after you. Like you want seed, man. You know what I'm saying? And say if he got killed, somehow the Most High put him to death. Right?
How you gonna feel about it?
Alright, you're not in the truth, because if you're in the truth, you're probably thinking the Most High, that's the Most High's judgment. But say if you wasn't in the truth, you're gonna mourn, man. Especially if you wanted that son. You wanted, he's beautiful, he's everything that you wanted him to be. You found a woman that you wanted to impregnate, you found her, you impregnated her, the son came out. You know, you're teaching him things, you take him everywhere with you, and then somehow he gets put to death. You're gonna be broken, man. Just like that, your son gets killed. You mean to tell me that would have moved you to tears? I'll make a grown man cry, man. You'd be in tears. You'd be broken, man, inside. You gonna want vengeance. You gonna want vengeance, man. You might lose it, man. There's certain guys that actually lose their sanity, man, after their son or their daughter died.
They commit suicide in some cases.
Yeah, suicide. Some guys go crazy, man. They lose their hair, they go bald, man, go crazy, man. So what does it say? It says, it shall be as what?
As the mourning of an only son.
As the only son. So there's going to be a lot of lamentation out here, man. A lot of crying.
Yeah.
Why? Because people don't get the benefits. People don't have access to food and supplies. Okay? People don't have access to comfortability, man. Alright? People don't have access to comforts, man. Everyday comforts.
And the end thereof as a bitter thing.
And the end thereof as a bitter thing, man. People like sweet things, man. Smooth things, as we were reading before. People don't like bitter people. That's why if you go to McDonald's, people around McDonald's, man.
Yeah.
Sweets, okay? People don't like bitter things, like nuts, like walnuts, lemons. You know what I'm saying? They don't like the raw version of it. People might buy ginger, but they don't try and mix the ginger with something.
Right, with sugar.
Yeah, they'll try and mix it with apple or something sweet. People don't like this the raw bitter, man. Well, people are gonna get the raw bitter, man.
That's right.
People are gonna get the raw bitter. Without mixture, without dilution, man.
It's gonna
The full wine. Okay, the full wrath, man.
That's pretty much it.
All right. Well, no, keep on reading. 'Cause that's
Goes to the family in the world.
read to the.
You want to get that as well?
Yeah, hold on, bro.
Okay.
All right. Then the end of it shall be like a bitter thing. Bitter times. People are used to the sweet, so it's gonna be a drastic change, man, of taste of diet, man. Because when you're used to eating like sweet, sugary things, you don't like the taste of bitter things, man. It's just, you can't deal with it, man. You have to let your taste buds get used to it.
Like your body rejects it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to name no names, so I'm even gonna. I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying? That it's gonna be a drastic change, man. The Most High's not gonna let people get used to nothing, man. It's gonna be a boom, you know? The banks close down. You can't access your bank account. All the money system froze, man. All right. All of a sudden, people are looting stores, riots in the streets, uncomfortability, man. People are used to comforts, man. Like I can go to the store now and buy water. If I'm thirsty, I can go right now and buy some water. Okay. If I'm hungry, there's an abundance of food stores I can go to and appetize myself. Okay? You get what I'm saying? If I feel dirty, if I feel like I'm sweating all day because of the heat, I can go home right now and take a bath. Or a shower.
Everything's to your foot pretty much.
If I'm tired, there's a pillow I can sleep on. Okay?
I got a precept.
But when all hell breaks loose, all that's gonna be out the window. When you're dehydrating, you're gonna have to deal with that, man. Because water, people are gonna take. That's gonna be like the first thing people are gonna grab for, man. Water, H2O. Water is very important. Why do you think people take water for granted, man? If you look around, people drinking Coke, Pepsi.
Yeah.
Because why? Because
Vita.
people are at comfort right now, man.
Yeah.
People are comfort right now. But when all hell breaks loose, all of a sudden you're going to realize the importance of water, man. Go, sir, go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth.
Right. Victuals should be so good, cheap upon the earth, man. Victuals talking about food. Go ahead.
That they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Right. You know what I'm saying? People are going to think themselves to be in good case. Like right now. There's people that's walking around that they believe that they're going to be here for the next 50 years' time. They're thinking about getting married. I know that these people, they're not ready for it, man. They're not ready for it. And even on the way, we're not ready for it, man. If you want to get deep, we're not ready for the terrible tribulation that's to come. Because it said there shall be like a time like never was since there was a nation. When you read about the terrible times in the Bible, like the famine during the time of Abraham, where Abraham had to migrate to Egypt, is how severe the famine was in the land of Canaan. When you read about the famine that was during the time of Egypt, during the time of Joseph,
70 AD too.
70 AD. Alright? When you read about these tribulous things, all of these times it's going to be nothing compared to the time that's coming. To the time that's coming. Right? That's right. Go ahead.
This is 1 Thessalonians 1. It's like chapter 5, verse 1. But of the time and the seasons